Om PARABRAHMANE NAMAHA. Welcome, salutations to all the sadhakas. Once more, remind oneself of the 11 Vyaktitvas and related Vyaktitvas which are convenient to be growing in spiritual sadhana. Are we aware of them? Are we consciously strengthening them? If we can be busy in them, we will not have time for entering into those channels which take us into the troubles and problems. Lokaseva Vyaktitvam, Dharmastapana Vyaktitvam, Viraga Vyaktitvam, Bhaktatva Vyaktitvam, Shishya Vyaktitvam, Mumukshu Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka, Parishrami, then the one who is in active dynamic spirit all the time. 12th one you can add slowly. That is, in spite of doing all this, the Shanta Swabhavaha. All these vigorous sadhanas are happening, yet we are in a peaceful state inside. So these 12 gunas or Vyaktitvas, if we can gather each one of them, assuredly we are progressing, growing, evolving. Shruti Mata is ready to help us by guiding. Let us take. Guru is also ready to help us. They have experienced it. They have all the techniques to guide. Let us seek it. Adhisthana Devatas are always there, more happily to bless us when we do right things with our faculties. Mata Jagan Mata, so kind. She is helpless. She gives what we want. We were only asking for Rajas Tamas so far. That was our mistake. Now let's ask for Sattva for knowing the Tattva. She will bless. So too it was Ishvara. We were either asking him or indirectly ordering to thicken the curtains, because of which we are in ignorance delusion. It is we have to ask him then now to remove these curtains and allow the darshana. So too, eternally we are the Brahman. It is in our ignorance by choice that we are living as Jiva, but if we come back and start doing Anusandhanam of Aham Brahmasmi, the experience is not very far. So 6 sources and 12 our Vyaktitvas. Let us strengthen them day by day. Great Upanishad Shwethashwathara. Beautiful is the Sambandha Bhashya, first chapter. We have spent good amount of days trying to study it. Some more days we need to do the completion. Now the topic today will be the references quotations from Brahma Sutra themselves, where these 4 points are strongly substantiated. अब बियॉन्ड ब्रह्म सूत्र तो कोई वेदांति के लिए रेफरेंस कोटेशन नहीं है. That where Adishekara is quoted, it is ultimate. In spite of all the quotations, what works, what doesn't work is our non-understanding and non-acceptance do not work. Our understanding and acceptance and practice works. The references are given for us to understand, accept, and practice. Some things are understood when the higher, deeper explanations, authorities are given. Some things are understood when we practice them with faith. अभ्यास के कारण अनुभव के बाद कुछ चीज़ों पे श्रद्धा होता है. इनफैक्ट वेदांत पूरा ऐसा ही है. Nothing is known in advance. Everything is realized after doing only. Whether it is God, Guru Bhakti Mahima, Guru Kripa Mahima, Daiva Bhakti Mahima, Sadhana Mahima, करो तभी जाकर पता चलता. So, a reference of Brahma Sutras given to substantiate these three, four things. One, Atmanubhuti eva moksham. Then Upanishad Jnana eva pratyaksha moksha sadhana. Karma is never pratyaksha moksha sadhana. Karma done with the spirit of or sankalpa, antakarana shuddhi becomes the helping sadhana. Antakarana shuddhi is essential for recognizing jnanam. Now it is ashuddha antakarana. Therefore, to remove that, the karma is required. More than that, the contents in the karma are detrimental and opposite to the Atma Jnana. And in the karma, the karta, karma, karma phala, so many things are there. In the Atma Jnana, the self is beyond all those things. Therefore, karma can never be the pratyaksha hetu for the moksha. It is only in the beginning for shuddhi of our antakaran. Beyond that, कर्म का तो कोई काम नहीं न कर्मणा न प्रजया न धनेन त्यागेन. So that will be more that from the Brahma Sutra also is quoted. Then again, Urvapakshi comes with another deeper analysis, little deeper question that Jiva is never real, bondage is never there. Therefore, moksha is not required. Therefore, jnanam is not required. In that way, he talks. Then the Guru has to say, yes, ultimately the correct है, लेकिन the कल्पित अज्ञान को रिमूव करने के लिए कल्पित ज्ञान का भी जरूरत है ना. बंधन इज नॉट देयर बट वी आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग, कल्पना हो रहा है उसका. सो देयरफॉर उसको रिमूव करने के लिए ज्ञान का कल्पना. Why this discussion? Because from the absolute pure self standpoint, it is never hidden, it is never gone. Then where is the point of again recognizing it or gaining it? Okay, but the illusion, delusion, to remove that equally at that level of sadhana is required, called as jnana. That is why even Shastra says jnana also, vidya also is not the cause of moksha. Vidya removes the avidya. Mukti is our eternal swarupa because the self is never bound and that we are. How can be, by what means the self is bound when there is nothing other than it? Therefore, Vidya doesn't give moksha. Vidya removes the avidya. Avidya kruta bandhana through the moha ityad. Already we are mukta swarupa. That is how the discussion will be there further. We will see that. Before that, our Sankalpa Prarthana, and before that, our 2 days, 2-3 minutes thought. What we can discuss is the eternal fighting between, for a spiritual seeker, the vasanas, prarabdhas one side, the sadhana the other side. Okay. What those vasanas, ajnanas do is, at our chitta level, continuously force the chitta to have variety of thought modifications. Because of the prabalata of those vasanas, gushing of those vasanas, and when the terrible power of the vrittis or the thoughts happen in the chitta, I, as a individual, am forced to identify with those vrittis which are coming from the vasanas and prarabdha also. That is called as the bondage. What is bandhanam? The gush of vasanas creating variety of thought modifications, and I am forced to identify with them because the vasana ka pressure ज़्यादा है. So I, the individual, is necessarily identified with that because I was the one who created those vasanas. Now, what is sadhana therefore? Sadhana is mastering those thought flow, mastering that thought flow according to our choice, not according to the vasanas. Mastering the thought flow according to our choice, not according to vasana. Once we made the thought flow as our choice, going beyond the pressure of vasanas, which takes some many lives. Thereafter, the dharmic thoughts, the thoughts of values, the thoughts of bhakti, the thoughts of yoga, the thoughts of jnana, which are spiritual sadhanas, I can do by my choice. I can involve or create them by my choice. And to such an extent that I can go beyond the thoughts to see myself. This is what is our sadhana. The more we try to do sadhana, the more the vasanas come out, only to get eliminated. As a sadhaka, you must know, like today, I want to just do the dhyana on the feet of my guru or God. It is my choice. It is sadhana. मेरे मन को, मन में वृत्तियों को भगवान के चरण वाला मुझे बनाना है. Mana is a stuff. The stuff mind gets molded. That is what the entire samsara. You know? Whole world is nothing but mold on the mind. Now, when I want to mold my mind into the Guru Charana, but the Vasana pressure is so much that it pushes the mind to take some other vritti, other thought, not what I want. Then what I have to do then? More and more I have to try my best to have what is my choice of thought. Understood? Then, in that meantime, the power pressure of asanas has to be exhausted by not fighting, not reacting with it. More than that, similar type of new asanas we should not create. Like when I am doing dhyana on my Guru or Bhagavad Sharan, then a friend is remembered that time, and I go with him in my thought flow, isn't it? I want to do the dhyana on my Guru Charana because moksha moolam Guru Kripa, dhyana moolam Guru Padam. I have convinced myself with the study of Shastra that Guru Charana, Bhagavad Charana, dhyana leads to Sharanagati, Bhagavad Kripa. I want to do it, but the friend is coming. So I must understand that I have the vasana of the friend and friendship and loitering with that fellow somewhere or other. So what I have to do in my waking plane, non-sadhana time, with that friend, whatever minimum is required as per dharma, only that much we do. Protect ourselves such a manner that with that friend, any type of vasana is not created. Isn't it? This is what is intelligence. It is an example. The expansion of that example is therefore throughout the day, live with such a sensitivity and awareness that we are doing whatever is required to be done, but not so intensely with ego, intensely with insistence, intensely with expectation that it becomes a vasana. And that is why to cut short it, what it is said is you do your swadharma anushtana, that also phalapeksha rahita. That is called as karma yoga. That is why it is said karma yoga gets exhausted of the vasanas. Vasanas get exhausted when we do our swadharmanushtana karma with the karma yoga yajna bhavana spirit, where the phala we are not expecting, duty we are doing because we are bound, karta bhokta also we are not creating in it. In this way, new vasanas are not formed, and existing vasanas through this karma yoga bhavana they get exhausted. The result of that is what? The pressure of vasanas on my mind pushing it either into millions of thoughts or into laziness or sleep, that bhi wo bhi vasana hai, that is reduced. Then I get command over my own mind, my own chitta. Then I mold it according to my choice. At that time, whenever I want to study Vedanta, I can do. Whenever I want to deeply meditate, I can do. Whenever I want to do the Upasana Navadha Bhakti, I can do. Whenever I want to do the Samadhi Abhyasa, I can do. Whenever I want to have values, I can have. Whenever I want to serve the world, I can do. Now I am not able to do because of the terrible vasanas collected from thousands of lives. And the vasanas, karmas, bring karma phala. Karma phala, called as prarabdha, also is the one which forces us to be in that place, do those things, इन्वॉल्व इन दोस थिंग्स, उसको भी हमें अलर्टनेस से समझना है. ओहो, आई एम इन दिस प्लेस नाउ विद द पीपल अराउंड मी बिकॉज ऑफ माई कर्म फलादम प्रारब्धा, so let me go through it. It is not permanent, but while living so, let me not get entangled in new things, because I am spiritual seeker, because I want to go beyond my chitta to see the pure conscious self. The conscious self itself is the stuff called as chitta. But the chitta stuff, because it has millions of vasanas, continuously, vigorously expressing as various rajotama guna thought modifications. Tired of it, my chitta is going into nidra avastha. So nidra avastha, aneka vritti avastha. Nidra avastha, aneka vritti. In this only my chitta is there. What is sadhana? From the nidra, I have to awaken it. After awakening, not allowing it into the worldly vrittis, but with that awakened chitta, I have to do the vrittis of my choice. Then what is tattva? What is atman? What is hridaya? What is ekagrata? What is sukshmata? What is the sat? What is the chitta? So in the inquiry, in the understanding, in the realization of these things, I have to use my chitta as per according to my own choice. That ability is called the ability of doing sadhana. As the theory we discuss now, practically when we try to do, different times may different terrible powerful vasanas keep on attacking. The attack of vasanas is in the form of creating the rajo tamogunatmaka vrittis in our chitta, after which we get identified by the vrittis, we are a helpless victim for it. क्योंकि वो वासना हमारे हैं, तो उस वासना से जो वृत्तियां बन रहे हैं, उनसे तादात्म्य करने का मजबूरी हमको होता है. Therefore, very powerful vasanas we have, and those vasanas should not express as thoughts, and I should not get identified with those thoughts. This is an impossible task. The only way is reduction of vasanas, therefore reduction of the power of the thoughts. Then only I will be free from identification with them. Like 20 people have taken the loan. When I took 20 people's a loan, so every one of them will persecute me. Everyone will come and trouble me, ask the money. There is no other way than clearing one by one loan. तो 20 लोगों से 2 लोगों को चुकता कर दी, no, they won't trouble you. In the same way, the vasanas are the loans which we have knowingly or unknowingly created from many, many lives. Now we have known. Our knowledge is very pakka in 3 things. Existing vasanas zerofied, no new vasanas created. With that, when the mind is, chitta is fully in our control, we use it to turn towards Paramatma, first through the Siddhanta Jnana, second through the sadhana, third through Anubhuti. अभी न सिद्धांत समझ में आ रहा है, न साधना हो पा रहा है, अब अनुभव की बात ही नहीं. Why? Because our activities, our thoughts 100% are of something other than Paramatma. Why is it so? The power of vasanas. And the prarabdha. Prarabdha to only at the body level it will come, little experience at the mana level. उसको क्या है ना, लिटिल मेच्योरिटी से, सो टुडे इट्स माय प्रारब्धा, देयर इज स्टमक एक, और somebody has insulted me, or somebody have cheated me, इसको वैल्यू करना ही नहीं हो, there's a प्रारब्ध, you can't change it. You only have to peacefully accept it and don't worry, don't react. The other aspect of the vasanas have to be purgated in that struggle of our sadhana. And sadhana bhi zaruri hai. That's why the importance of the, just what I said, meditating on the feet of the Guru or the God, or taking the name of the Lord, or on the Mukharavinda of Guru or Bhagwan, we are doing the dhyana, the Deshabandha, Vastubandha of the Chitta, which we are studying in yoga, becomes a necessary thing on our part for getting command over our own Chitta. In all through Shastras, finally what do we study? मई एवं अनादस्व मई बुद्धि निवेश, मन बुद्धि को परमात्मा में लगाओ. अरे वो अपने आत्मा ही नहीं है तो कैसे लगाओगे? If my own chitta is not in my command, how can the next point of putting it in Lord, Saguna, Nirguna is possible? So these sadhanas of japa, upasana, and our mantrocharana, bhajana, kirtana, they have to be consciously done to command our chitta and the vrittis according to our choice. That is the purpose of doing all of them. In trying to do so, the vasanas don't allow us. There is a war going on. Let it go on. We will not fight with vasanas, loggerheads. We do our job. Our job of the chosen sadhanas. Then our habitually entertaining the thoughts of our choice of japa, puja, when become stronger and stronger. In the meantime, new vasanas not created, the vasanas existing try to get exhausted by coming as the thoughts. तो उनका प्रेशर कम होता जाएगा. New ones we are not adding. From the other side, our command on our chitta is growing. Because we are consciously doing all these sadhanas of japa, bhajana, kirtana, ucharana, and upasana. All of them are to command our own chitta in our hands. Okay. Now, in this very, not in this, we have seen that chitta is in the laya avastha, or chitta is in the aneka vritti avastha. Chitta should be from the laya, it should be utthana avastha, jagrat. Then from the aneka vritti, it should be eka vritti avastha. And that eka vritti should be of our choice. And our choice should be the saguna sakara sharanagati or nirguna nirakara dhyana. And whatever the vrittis, with that we identify. In the saguna sakara, we identify as a bhakta and sharanagata to the God. In the nirguna nirakara, the vritti cannot comprehend it. Therefore, in its effort, vritti dissolves, chitta vritti. Then what remains is I discovering my identity experience with that self on which I try to do meditation with chitta, but chitta cannot reach it. क्योंकि चित्त वृत्तिमय होता है ना, परमात्मा तो चित्तमय है, चिन्मया, वो तो कॉन्शियसनेस है. Consciousness is not an object that through the thought we apprehend it. It is a subject, it is me only. For me to know me, what is the need of vritti? तो वृत्ति knows at that time. तो मैं से मैं आपको परमात्मा का दिखा नहीं सकता और मेरी जरूरत ही नहीं है. You become one with it. Chitta moves away, becomes one. So all in all, what is our struggle? साधना और वासना के बीच में लड़ाई. Become conscious of it. And with the study of Shastras, more and more, when we get convinced that Paramatma Prapti alone is the Hetu of Moksha, then when we want to have the Paramatma Prapti, then will be revealed these realities, truths, facts, that the vasanas, the habits, the prarabdhas of the worldly nature are the ones which are not allowing us to fulfill our ambition of experiencing Paramatma and get moksha. Then, this being the unwanted thing, then we have to eliminate them. Eliminating them, therefore, becomes a chosen sadhana by us at that time. तब तक हम साधना को जानते ही नहीं, फिर करते ही नहीं, बस सिर मार रहे अंधेरे में. बिना जाने अंधेरे में तीर मारो तो वो लगे या ना लगे पता ही नहीं चलता. अब वी आर वेरी क्लियर. Like when I close my eyes, what should be the experience? Experience of my own self. What is the experience happening? Either of zero thoughts, nidra, or multi thoughts. Nidra is called the laya avastha of the chitta. The multi thoughts is the vyuthana avastha of the chitta. And in that, what vrittis are there is determined by the power of asanas. What I have to do now? Close eyes, that sleeping चित्त को उठाओ और उसको वासनाओं के पकड़ से छुड़ाकर अपने पकड़ में ले आना. Till the last vasana is there, it tries to influence the chitta in trying to mold it into that thought. So long time of years, lives together we do that all vasana get purgated. By that time, we also command the chitta consciously by doing all these sadhanas which are very essential. याद रखना, चित्त के ऊपर पांव लगाकर ही हम चित्त के परे परमात्मा में जाना है. चित्त और अंतःकरण और मन. Therefore, mind, awakened mind, mind, quietened mind, mind turned towards the Lord. This is what we have to do sadhana. Riding on that mind which is turned towards the Lord, in the last moment we drop the mind and enter into that sanctum sanctorium to become one with Him. So, have we realized that we are victims of our vasanas? Have we realized that they are expressing in our chitta as the vrittis of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, irsha, dvesha, asuyara? Isn't it? And related to different things and beings gathered in millions of lives. Therefore, continuously the chitta is a victim of the vasanas to create those thoughts. And I, the owner of them, am forced to identify with them and flow with them, get blown with them. Have you understood this picture? Then the other picture of what is the solution. Freeing the chitta from the vasanas of laya and vikshepa by the various sadhanas. Then, when the chitta comes to our hand, direct it towards the saguna or nirguna. In the saguna, the total bhakti, the navada bhakti, and in that, all upadhis myself get dissolved in it. उसमें भी अनुभव परमात्मा का ही होता है. In nirguna में, we just contemplate on that truth which is beyond all explanations or qualities. In that effort, the chitta becomes one with chitta and we discover that to be ourselves. So these subtle prakriyas, as we travel, they also get revealed to us. So अगर मुझे आज दुनियादारी हो रहा है जिंदगी में भीतर बिकॉज ऑफ वासना, बाहर बिकॉज ऑफ प्रारब्ध. नया प्रारब्ध नहीं बनाना, नया वासना नहीं बनाना, एग्जॉस्ट करते जाना. जो एग्जिस्टिंग है उसका अपना ट्रैक चलता रहेगा. अपने स्वयं का 2-3 ट्रैक्स. वन ट्रैक ऑफ स्टडिंग शास्त्र, अनदर ट्रैक ऑफ डूइंग उपासनास, थर्ड ट्रैक ऑफ डूइंग दो साधनास बाय विच वी ट्राई टू गेट कमांड ओवर अवर अंतःकरण और चित्त. ये लगातार चलते रहना चाहिए. ये नहीं करेंगे साधना, then वासना related things only we keep doing repeatedly. फिर से वही होते रहे. That's called as cycle of vasanas. वासना, कामना, कर्म, कर्मफल, भोगा, वासना, वे इसी में फंसे रहते. That is why the necessity of all those sadhanas in which we are awakening chitta and we are divinizing it. We are not allowing it to become worldly. विषयमय, वो व्यक्तिमय, भोगमय नहीं बनाना है. हमारे चित्त को भगवानमय बनाना है. दैट्स वाई ध्यायतो विषयान पुंसः संगः, ध्यायतो भगवान पुंसः. इट इज ऑल्सो संग, but not negative. It is called as bhakti. Vishayan dhyayatah chittam vishayeshu visajjate mam anusmaratah chittam mayeva praviliyat. When chitta thinks about Vishayas, those become vasana and they force the chitta to have only those thoughts. But mam anusmaratah chittam, when the chitta is doing my smarana, it will dissolve in me. Because chitta is nothing but the sense of otherness from the God. When the God becomes point of meditation, so the oneness with the God when is developed in the chitta, it merges in the God. And I was riding the chitta, I also discovered my oneness with him. So the Bhayankara Yuddha between the Vasana and Sadhana. At this moment, the Sadhana named our weaponry, our Sainyam is very weak. And the Vasanas are very powerful. चलता रहेगा ये. हम अपने साधनाओं को स्ट्रांग बनाते जाना, स्ट्रांग बनाते जाना, life after life, day after day, year after year. That is why throughout the day, involving those sadhanas in which our chitta is brought into our controlled chitta is put in the divine saguna nirguna. बस इसी में लगाओ, इसी में लगाओ, इसी में लगाओ. छोड़ो मत, छोड़ दिया तो then the vasanas kidnap the chitta. Prarabdhas kidnap the chitta. Vasana and prarabdha in the form of worldly activities will kidnap us. Worldly obligations, worldly duties, worldly indulgences, worldly relations, worldly interactions. Whereas the whole world is nothing but the projection imagination only. But once we involve them, it is taken as reality, then we are lost in. The reality is forgotten. वही तो जिंदगी में हमारा अभी चल रहा है. For us, everything other than Bhagwan is real. But the fact is, everything other than Bhagwan is unreal. And how seriously, sincerely, really we do everything. Everything, including खाना खाना. परमात्मा को भोजन नहीं चाहिए. But भोजन is चाहिए for the body. But how sincerely we eat food. Proving that I am body and strengthening that I am body. Doesn't mean stop eating and die. What I am saying is how every relation, every interaction, every involvement, इतने मस्ती से हम करते हैं एज इफ इट इज रियल. एंड ऐसे करते हैं कि नहीं करें तो बात नहीं बनेगा, मर जाएंगे हम. इन yesterday's Tripura Rahasyam Parayanam, which we did at the end of the class, I didn't take the chance to explain them, but a day will come. 7 8 श्लोक में what was thought by that Parshuramaji is this only, that if at all something is binding in me, my life, that is kartavyata buddhi. 6 7 श्लोकों में वो बताते हैं कर्तव्यता बुद्धि मेरे को बांध रही है, कर्तव्यता बुद्धि बाइंडिंग. यू कैन सी दैट राइट नाउ, यू नो, द कर्तव्यता बुद्धि इन द फर्स्ट चैप्टर. How many examples he goes on giving? See, कर्तव्य शेषे नो दुःख नाशो वा सुखमेव वा कर्तव्यता एव दुःखानां परमं दुःखम् उच्यते. तत्सत्त्वे तत्सत्त्वे तु कथन्ते स्तः दुःखाभावः सुखञ्च वा तथा कर्तव्यशेषस्य सुखलाभः इह न उच्यते. यथा शराविद्धहृदः परिष्वङ्गोऽप्यरसो अप्सरो गणैः. एग्जाम्पल्स गिवन. When you have the kartavya buddhi, the life कैसा है? The heart is pierced by the arrows and he is doing the alinganam of an apsarasa. तो क्या अप्सरा को आलिंगन करने का सुख मिलेगा? When the heart is pierced by the arrow. The example, you must be listening this example first time. ऐसे 6-7 एग्जाम्पल देते हैं। यथा क्षया मया विष्टनरस्य कीट संस्तुति। द वन हु हैज गॉट द लेप्रेसी और द क्षय रोग, लेप्रेसी कुष्ठ रोग, द क्षय रोग से सफर कर रहा है एंड उसके सामने बढ़िया सा गाना बज रहा है, विल यू बी एबल टू एंजॉय इट? सो यथा दग्ध अखिलांगस्य पादे पाटीर लेपनम, तो somebody whole body is burnt, is torturing, and to his feet a wonderful some painting or something is done, क्या उसका उसको मजा मिलेगा? In the same way कर्तव्यता एव दुःखानां परमं दुःखम उच्यते. You understood this one now? We are living life of so much of kartavyata for everything which is not kartavya, and that real kartavya where we have to realize ourselves, उसके प्रति हमारा कर्तव्य बुद्धि है ही नहीं. Why is it all? Power of vasanas. The power of vasanas creating those thoughts and identify with them. We are not available for ourselves to gain the jnanam. Where is bandha? Where is moksha? ज्ञान पाने के लिए हम अपने साथ नहीं है. We are kidnapped only by the vasanas. We are enslaved. We are chained. जैसे bonded labor होते हैं ना, उनको बेचारा होता नहीं, जिस शिप में जिस बस में डाले उधर जाएंगे, और जहाँ रोड में कहीं दो पहाड़ों के बीच में डालते हैं और उनको वहां काम करना पड़ता है. They are helpless. We are also. And in our heart, see that ahankara and the kartavyata buddhi, क्या क्या हम प्लान्स बनाते, नए नए बनाते. That is why Bhagavan said sarvadharman paritej. अरे मूर्ख, other than knowing the self, there is no dharma for you. Atma-jnana is the ultimate paramadharma. बाकी सब cannot be permanent. And they continue when we value them. It is not that we are fed up of the Bahya Dharma that we go to the Swadharma. No. We are trying to do only our Swadharma of the Atma Jnanam. When we are not able to do that, that time, whatever is the reason, to exhaust that reason, we do some of our outer Dharma. Again, we come back to our Paramadharma of Adhyatma Sadhana, of trying to know the self. अभी गाड़ी उल्टा है पूरा हमारा. दिन भर संसार में रहते हैं और स्वामी के आत्म शांति के लिए क्लास में आते हैं. It should be the other way around. Always I am in search of the self. But that's not happening because some vasana, some prarabdha, some obligations have come. वो clear रखिए इधर आ जाना. Just like in our good olden days, we used to have the pictures in every of the movie. That elderly lady, even man retired, was अपने भगवान के पोथी के सामने बैठे रहते. कोई बुलाते नहीं उनको, उन्हें बुलाते हैं तो भी कोई जरूरी काम है तो मैं उठूंगी, नहीं तो नहीं. और कोई जरूरी नहीं है. Only at the time of bhojana, 5 minutes they go do and to rest, again back to pothi. That is the exactly way of the life we have to live. Outside pothi, inside Paramatma. Only these two should be around us. When they are not able to be done because of some vasana obligation, उसको finish करके नहीं, उठ के करके आ जाना. The best example is Parikshit. He has not got up for anything, and two extreme things for which we get up are the nidra and bhojana. उसने वो भी छोड़ दिया परीक्षित जी ने. That much he sat only for Paramatma. That is 7 दिन में मिल गए. And that is why the mumukshata, tevra jignasa, that I must know the self, I must realize the self, I must come out of bondages. ये इतना तीव्र है. Then while we try for it, then when the vasanas, prarabdhas come, we just go out, finish the job, again back. All our studies, Shastra, Adhyanam, which we are doing so relentlessly, should create this Tivra Mumuksha and Jignasa in us. This particular portion of the Sambandha Bhashya, where Jnana Eva Mukti Hetu, purpose is that only. Therefore, let us pursue the Brahma and Atma Jnana through Upanishad Shravana, Manana, Chintana, Dhyana, Adhyana. No other thing important. Again, the other lower points I don't want to share and spoil the sublime mood of spirituality. isn't it? What is it? When we become lenient to the world will use us like a tissue paper and throw us away. We have to be very careful and dignified there in protecting our sadhana. टिश्यू पेपर कैनॉट से लेटर ऑन, अरे मेरे से तुमने नाक क्यों पूछा, अबे तू है ही वैसा फिर. द चिल्ड्रन, द ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन, द नाइबर, द रिलेटिव्स हमको नाक पोंछने वाले ये कागज की तरह यूज करते, नैपकिन, टिश्यू पेपर ओनली वी आर टू देम. एंड इट्स नॉट देयर मिस्टेक, वी आर अवेलेबल टू देम लाइक दैट. बुलाते चले जाते, leaving our classes, satsang, sadhanas and all. You have to see, let it be done by others. I am busy in my sadhana. Unless very, very important, conscious that you can't avoid it for some deep reason, that is different. But otherwise, we cannot be lenient in our sadhana. That's the kamzori. This also is another reason to say that we are the shatru of ourselves. Not only because of vasanas, ragadesha, kama, krodha, we are also shatru with ourselves because we are not convinced about our own paramadharma to know the self and get liberated. This is first shatrutva of ourselves with ourselves. Therefore, the next shatrutva, then fase raho, kama, krodha mein. Third shatrutva is be in the worldly things and beings. In this bargain, lives and lives are going on and we are away from the reality and liberation. So every of these things have to be understood, sorted out, and then stably we should know what to do and do that. So today's thought was the yuddha between the vasana and sadhana. So I am a sadhak. Vasana se jeev banta hai, sadhana se sadhak banta. I am a jiva because of vasanas, and through sadhana let me become sadhaka. When the tattva is known, I am the siddha. I am that. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ भवता जनता सुहिता भविता निजबोधविचारणचारुमते कलयेश्वरजीवविवेकविदं भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्. एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यमोक्षप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साधनानां मोक्षमार्गाणां साम्प्रदायानां ज्ञानयोगभक्त्यादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शान्ति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं स सर्वेषां समस्त आयुरारोग्य क्षेम स्थैर्य शक्ति साधना प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न निर्मूलनेन धर्म संस्थापने निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. मंगलाचरण श्लोकम् ओं नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययम् निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहं. प्रथमोऽध्याय शान्तिमन्त्र ओं सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओं शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ओम अथ सम्बन्धभाष्यम्. So yesterday we were seeing these beautiful shlokas. Okay. Mhm. यथा वह्निर महान दीप्तः, वह्निः fire, महान extremely, दीप्तः blazing, शुष्कम the dry, ardram the wet, cha nirdahet, both the dry and wet fuels, whatever they are totally burned by that blazing fire. Tatha, in the same way, Shubha Ashubham Karma. Both Shubha Karma, Ashubha Karma, which we were talking just now, as Vasanas, Jnana Agni Dhate Kshanat. In a moment's time, the fire of Atma Jnana, when it dawns, burns it away. That's why there will be no Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Jananam, Bandha, Janma Samsara. Janma and Marana, why it is called as Samsara? Because Janma Marana ke beech mein nothing other than struggle to be happy permanently through the temporary upadhis in the temporary situation with the temporary things and beings, which is impossible. That's called Samsara. That's called Samsara where the Sukha permanent is impossible. And in the impermanent temporary things, how can there be permanent Sukha? But we are forced to do because the inner Shubha Shubha Vasanas. Now, Padmapatram yatha Padmapatram, the lotus leaf, yatha, just like toyaihi, with waters. Swastaihi api, the waters in which that leaf is there, nalipyate, not touched by that water, that Padmapatra, the petal or leaf of the lotus. In the same way, Shabdadi Vishayambobhihi, with the waters called as Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha or all the Vishayas. Shabdadi Vishaya Namak Pani se Tattvat Jnani, the Jnani named that lotus leaf or petal, Nalipyate. So, Saha Nalipyate Papena Padmapatram Iva Ambasa. In Gita, this was the same sloka. Ambasa, it is in the water only. What is not Padmapatra? But water say Nalipyate. So too, this yogi Jnani is in the world like all of us. Seemingly, he also does the works like us. But all the Shubha Shubha Karmadi, like the water doesn't touch the leaf, do not touch that Jnani. Therefore, what's the topic under discussion? Karma was required for Antakarna Shuddhi. It is done, Antakarna Shuddhi obtained. Shuddha Antakarna used for Jnanam. Through Upanishad Adhyanam, Mananam, Chintanam. Through that Atma Anubhava gained. After Anubhava Atma is gained, this Jnani is so free that he can do any karma, but nothing will taint him. That's the subject. That's the meaning of Kurvan Neveha Karmani Jijivishet. Hey Maharaj, you have realized the self. It is your choice either not to act or to act while acting. Whether you act Punya or Papa, nothing touches you. That is a glory. It is here is the glorification of Atma Jnana. Glorification of Upanishad Jnana. Glorification of Brahma Jnana. A Brahmajnana, Prapta Brahmajnani is not touched by any of the karmas done by him only. Therefore, he will never be again a samsari. That's meaning of in Gita again, Yad Gatva Nanivartante Taddhama Paramam Mama Yasmin Gata Nanivartanti Bhuyaha. In one chapter only, two times Bhagavan says. You won't come back into again the world of matter, world of change, world of samsara as a limited jiva. Again, the next one was Yadvan mantra balo upetaha yadvat, just like mantra bala upetaha. Upetaha endowed with the bala, the strength because of the mantra. So Guru gave the mantra, this person has done the mantra ucharana or sadhana with diksha. Then he has got mantra siddhi. So the one who is balopeta because of mantra siddhi. So yadvat mantra balopetaha, which mantra he was doing? The sarpa नहीं काटे और वो विष नहीं अंदर गए जाए, ऐसा वाला मंत्र है वो. देर आर स्नेक बाइटिंग मंत्र, स्कॉर्पियन बाइटिंग मंत्र, शत्रु निवारण मंत्र, मृत्यु निवारण मंत्र, देर ऑल देर. मृत्यु निवारण में टल जाएगा मृत्यु. Given a time for you to do sadhana and recognize yourself. Thereafter, the mrityu will be there to the body, and we know it's not to me. So such person who has got mantra siddhi here, yadvat mantra balopeda, Kridan, while playing sarpai with the snakes, nadashyate, he is not bitten by them. With that mantra shakti invoked, he is playing with the snakes. He will put it on left hand, right hand, leg में, कमर में, गले में डालेगा, सर पे डालेगा, हाथ में पकड़ेगा, even face के पास ले जाएगा snake को, the the front portion, not the tail. It will not bite him. That's mantra bala upet. Yadvad mantra balopetah kridan sarpahi na drishna dashyate is not dashyate bitten. Same way, kridan napi nalipyeta. Even though he plays with, but he is not touched by what? Tadvat indriya pannagaihi. Even though he is playing with the snakes called as indriyas, which are otherwise the poisonous things, he will not be bitten by them because he has got this mantra siddhi that aham brahmasmi anubhuti. तो विषय रूपी पन्नगों से खेलते हुए भी एक ज्ञानी उससे डसा नहीं जाएगा, because he has got the mantra siddhi that aham brahmasmi anubhuti. That's what we quoted yesterday from Bhagavad Gita also. Again, next one is what? मंत्र औषधि बल यद्वत, मंत्र बल औषधि बल से यद्वत जैसा जीर्यते भक्षितम विषम. The consumed poison is digested with sometimes with the mantra bala, sometimes with the aushadhi bala. हाँ, भक्षितम विषम, some poisonous thing. He just knows it. अच्छा, this is gone. तो उसके लिए atonement ये है. He makes us consume or eat that one. Then that gets neutralized. Because in this world, everything has its opposite. Because opposites only support. तो वहाँ विष है तो उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करने वाला अमृत है. In the same way, when everything antidote is there, only you have to know it. So the bhakshitam visham, poison is consumed unknowingly. Then the औषधि बला and मंत्र बला से उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करते हैं. जीर्यते भक्षितम विषम, then visha is digested and thrown out without affecting the body. In the same way, tadvat, in the same way, sarvani papani, all the papas of the past done, jiryante jnaninaha, of the jnani get digested or eliminated, kshanata, in a moment only. So in and through all these topics, the Jnana Mahima, Atma Jnana Mahima, Upanishad Vedya Brahma Atma Ekya Bodha Mahima is being sung here. Therefore, what should be our outcome of this? We should more intensely now pursue the Upanishad Adhyayana for the Atma and Tattva Jnana. First Siddhanta Rupena, second Sadhana Rupena, third for Anubhava. The tadap for Anubhava. Therefore, the tadap of doing sadhana लगातार अगर हो रहा है हमको, तो ये सारे पोर्शन को पढ़ने का फल हुआ. Then what to do, Swamiji? अगर नहीं हुआ तो again you study till that तीव्र मुमुक्षा, तीव्र जिज्ञासा comes. The only way is to study Upanishads तीव्र रूपेण. Do the manana of them तीव्र रूपेण. There's no other way. Looking for the other way is delusion. For moksha, for the infinite eternal bliss. There's no other way. इसी को करना, यही अल्टीमेट. अगर ये नहीं होता और कुछ होता तो ऋषिज would have recommended that to us. They will recommend the best and the easiest only, not the worst or the third or second grade. And they recommended this. Therefore, this alone must be the best and easiest of studying the Upanishads, doing Manana Chintana, and becoming Tibra in Mumuksha and Jignasa, with that Tibra Jignasa Mumuksha, sitting on the Dhyana Avastha, then going beyond all the upadhis, whatever that is, to be one with the self. So, in this way, the Linga, Purana, Shiva Dharmottara Khanda, all of those quotations are given to substantiate the Jnana Mahima. Jnana is the Moksha Hetu. Other than Jnana, Atma Jnana, Anubhav Rupa Jnana, we are bound only, maybe because of our Punya Karma. Temporarily, we may be having some pleasures at the body senses level, some comforts or respect or love or service from the people around, but that's not all. That is also a bondage only. Ultimately, the jara, aroga, mrityu, adi to the sharira, then when the punyapala goes away, the bereavements from the same people who were loving us. In this world, you see, continuously, कौन कौन अलायंस बनते हैं, कोएलिशन, कौन कौन छूट बीट अलग हो जाते हैं, बिकॉज दैट प्रारब्ध इज ओवर. अगेन यू हैव टू डू द पुण्य, नहीं करोगे तो फिर मिलेगा नहीं ऐसा वाला. बट अगेन स्ट्रगल, गेट समथिंग, while going through that have the fear that it goes away, and in that fear you can't enjoy that. इसके बजाय you are Brahman, infinite bliss, there is another alternative, go for it. That is why to an unbiased pure intellectual person only, the Atma Jnana Atma Prapti is convincible. For a egoistic fellow, for a biased fellow, he will say, नहीं नहीं मेरे को मजा आ रहा है, I am working, I am earning, I am enjoying, I am doing punya, I am getting swarga. He is not pure unbiased. He is not intellectual. He is emotionally corrupt. He has got the deep vasana in him. तो वो ऐसे जस्टिफाई करता जाएगा, एंड ही विल नॉट डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन द परमानेंट ब्लिस एंड द टेम्पररी हैप्पीनेस, because he is carried away because of the vasana with the temporary sukha of the indriyas and vishayas. He is not adharmic, he is not papi, he is dharmic only, he is punyatma only, but still he is also bound. That is why the Ishvara Guru Kripa through Upasana is to be invoked for the clicking of this point. You and I are struggling for that. Same Brahman we are studying from last 5 years. No new subject. But still it's not clicked to us that let me pursue this exclusively. Why? Because our heart is impure, we are still for the worldliness. And Ishvara Guru Kripa ka utna हमने invoke नहीं किया, because our Shraddha Bhakti to them is not 100%. And not for the main purpose, this purpose. है भक्ति श्रद्धा again for दुनियादारी के लिए. These are all immaturities. Oh Lord, and intensely भजन संध्या कराया और कीर्तन कराया, पाठ कराया. What is the संकल्प? दोस्तों को बढ़ाओ, पैसों को बढ़ाओ. भगवान ऐसा उम्र दो मेरे पर पोतों को भी देखूं मैं और उसको भी खराब करके जाऊं. भाई, putting him in the worldliness. These are the sankalpas we do. That's why Ishvara Guru Kripa, the best question asked by either Arjuna or Parikshit and all those things is one. I am not able to know what is Shrestha for me. You guide me. What we do, the Prestha or prayer, we take as Shrestha and we insist on that. This is where biggest problem comes. Like the child, वो इंसिस्ट करता है मेरे को चिप्स चाहिए, जंक फूड चाहिए. उसको पता ही नहीं दिमाग में कि कौन सा खाना गुड फॉर हेल्थ, बट ही इज हैविंग टेस्ट फॉर दैट जंक फूड एंड दैट ही थिंक्स दैट्स द बेस्ट. So too we have the junk food of Preyo Margo. Taste for it. That only we think we are Shrestha. It is Shrestha. That's what we ask for. But Arjuna said, Yat Shreyah Syat Nishitam Rohi. In Kathopanishad, Shreyo bhi Dhiriyo bhi Preyaso Vraniyate. Parikshit also, Shreyasam abhi Shreyah Pavananam cha Pavanam. Gita again, Yat Shreya Yate Rekam Tanme Brohi Sunishitam. 5th chapter. Even 18th, Sannyasa Karmanam Krishna Punaryogam Shamsasi, Yat Shreya Yate Rekam Tanme Brohi Sunishitam. That thing. Please remember, we don't know where Shreya is in. So we should pray to Guru and God to give us correct conviction about what is the correct Shreyas. As all a Sankalpa Jodlo. Then, because the Shreyas is there in the Moksha Marga, Atma Marga, we start getting the conviction in that by the grace of God. That is why जितना भी खुद अपने दिमाग से पढ़े जो वासनाओं से भरा है, we will not get conviction of it. We are not so powerful enough to go beyond our vasanas, our habits. Isn't it? Very rare few will be there. They are all examples. But the common folks like you and I, what sadhakas? It's only Guru Ishvara Kripa which creates the intuitive power with which we discover Shreyas in the Shreya Marg only, not in the prayers as we are now. हमको प्रेयस में श्रेयस दिख रहा है और श्रेयस में कष्ट दिख रहा है. Wonderful. So, having this way quoted, now to substantiate same thing, the Brahma Sutras also are quoted. 555 Brahma Sutras are there. That is called the authority of ultimate Advaita Vedanta. Badarayana Sutras, they are called. Sharirika Mimamsa, they are called as Brahma Sutras. In that, lot of adhikaranas are there. Okay. That also like Patanjali Yoga Darshana Sutra, Samanvaya Adhyayam, then Sadhana Adhyayam, then Phala Adhyayam, then one more. 4 Adhyayas are there. Each Adhyaya get divided into 4 parts. And in that Adhikaranas are there. In each Adhikarana, कहीं 1, कहीं 2, कहीं 4, कहीं 6 सूत्र होते हैं. Sutras are contained in the Adhikaranas. Adhikaranas are contained in the Bhagas. Bhagas are contained in the Adhyayas. Like Patanjali Yoga Darshanam. 4 pada, each pada has sutras. In these 2-3 sutras, wherever they go together, conveying only one theme. Such topics in Brahma Sutras are called Adhikaranas. So, Ikshatyadhikaram, Arnam, then lot of them, Ananda Adhikaranam. There are more than 190 Adhikaranas are there, 555 Sutron ke liye. Brahma Sutra, more detail I'll talk to you some other time. आएगा वो भी हम पढ़ेंगे. वो साधना करो या ना करो, एक साधना तो चल रहा है. डेली श्रुति माता के चरण में वी आर सीटेड, गुरु परंपरा के चरण में वी आर सीटेड, एंड हु नोस, डेफिनेटली बाय देयर ग्रेस one day suddenly it may click to us, kick everything else, let me now meditate and know the truth, because already I heard it through the study of Shastra. सडनली ये हो सकता है, शायद हमको इस डायरेक्शन में भगवान गुरु गाइड कर रहे होंगे. ईच वन इज गाइडेड इन डिफरेंट वे. किसी को तीर्थ यात्रा में घुमाएंगे, किसी को उपासना में घुमाएंगे, किसी को गुरु चरण सेवा में घुमाएंगे, हमको शास्त्र अध्ययन में घुमा रहे. लेट ईश्वर accomplish his work. Ultimately it is his job to give us moksha. Because if he doesn't give us moksha, we will trouble him again and again by doing upasana and asking ये दो वो दो करके रुलाएंगे उनको. तो it is his job also to give. So we surrender to him. This is surrender. It is his job to give me moksha. This conviction is called as surrender. Then we pray to him, tell me what is Shreyas. He will see to it that the Shreyas is truly understood and we pursue that. So this marga for us, daily Shastra. Now, then Jirendra Jnani Lakshanat Tatacha Sutrakaraha. Yes, Sutrakara is Badarayana Vyasa, Veda Vyasa. So, it is now ultimately Advaita Vedanta ka Parakashta Grantha. Final, it's like Brahmastra only. The Brahma Sutras are the Brahmastra. Final. अब इसमें भी लिखा गया है, then what else authority you need? So the Shruti Pramana, the Yukti Pramana, then the Upamana, then Sadhana, then Anubhuti. Yukti, Upamana, Sadhana. Sometimes click नहीं होते होंगे, but Shruti is ultimate. Today we are going to study that topic in our Telugu Mandukya Upanishad. Iti Vedanta Nishchaya. Only Shrutis are the ones whose authority we have to accept about Parabrahma as the goal and reality, and reaching him is moksha. क्योंकि हमारे बुद्धि, इंद्रियां, ये सब उस तत्व को जानने की समर्थता नहीं रखते. In other words, if these upadhis are able to comprehend or apprehend the truth with their authority, then the truth becomes object of the instruments. When the truth is an object of instruments, even it is positive, yet because it's object of instrument, it is perishable, conditional हो गया. मतलब मेरे बुद्धि से मैं तत्व निर्धारण करूं तो तत्व बुद्धि के दायरे में आ गया ना. So anything in the purview of the buddhi is limited. So the tattva becomes limited. Therefore उपाधियों से मनुष्यों के बोलने से तत्व का निर्धारण नहीं होता. That is why the only thing left is Shruti Praman. And in the Shrutis, the Upanishads. And Upanishads, all of them are summarized, brought together is in the Brahma Sutras. Huge one. 5-6 साल लग जाएंगे सर पढ़ने में. With this Upanishadic background of ours, if you want to study Brahma Sutra, पूरा करें. But no ego. It's all Guru Ishvara Kripa. With all of that, only one thing is sought. Only in Paramatma Prapti is moksha. That conviction and totally our life should be molded towards the day in and day out. No bahish pravritti, no bahirmukta. Avrita chakshu, amritatva vichyan. Whatever we have studied in all Upanishads regarding the jignasu, the sadhaka, the mukshu, all of that should happen to us. Upanishad dharmaha temai santu. All the Upanishad ऋषियों के शिष्यों के जो साधक लक्षण धर्म है वो हमारे अंदर आना है. We should have the vairagya like that of Nachiketa, jignasa like that of Nachiketa, intense sadhana like Bhruguruvair Varuni, Varunam Pitara Upavasa, and Tapasya Shakti like the 6 disciples, Sukeshacha Bharadvajaha. We should have the jignasa inquisitiveness like that of the Shaunaka Rishi in the Mundaka Upanishad. And we should have that 6th sense or subtle intellect like the Mahachavasya Rishi who has seen the 4th Vyahruti, the Mahaiti. हमारा लाइफ अल्टीमेटली उन साधक ऋषियों के रूप में होना है ताकि सिद्ध ऋषि बन जाए. नो अदर थॉट. Let everything go away because it's delusion. It is illusion. It is only vasanas. It is ignorance. It is self-projected. Ultimately, it is binding. That's what Rama is teaching us also in the evening classes. Yoga Vasist Rama, and those are missing, they're unfortunate. Such a powerful talk, discussions going on. Right? Now, what are the Tatacha Sutrakaraha? Purushartha. Brahma Sutras are very tough to understand. More subtler than the Yoga Sutra. Every Sutras are कि 2 शब्द बोलते हैं उसमें 20 शब्द को हमें ऐड करना है. उस 20 में एक भी गलत शब्द है तो टोटल सूत्र वी may understand. That why Bhashyakara is necessary to explain to us the between words between the sutras, within the sutra. तो पुरुषार्थः अतः शब्दाद इति बादरायणः. So बादरायण जी कहते हैं in that ब्रह्म सूत्र 3rd अध्याय 4th अधिकरण 1st सूत्र में कि पुरुषार्थः अतः शब्दाद इति बादरायण. समझ में नहीं आता है जब तक आप भाषण. पुरुषार्थ था शब्दादिति. ब्रह्म सूत्र मैं कभी नहीं समझ सकता. अभी तो भगवत गुरु कृपा से आगे हो सकता है कि इति ज्ञान से व परम पुरुषार्थ हेतुत्वम अभिधाय. कीपिंग दैट ज्ञान इज द परम पुरुषार्थ डायरेक्ट हेतु. अनदर सूत्र फॉलोइंग इट इज शेषत्वात् पुरुषार्थवादः यथा इत्यादिना कर्म अपेक्षित कर्तु प्रतिपादकत्वेन विद्यायाः कर्मशेषत्वम् आशंक्य अधिक उपदेशात्तु बादरायणस्य इत्यादिना कर्तृत्वादि संसार धर्मरहित अपाहत पामादि रूप ब्रह्म उपदेशात् तद विज्ञान पूर्विकां तु कर्म अधिकार सिद्धिं तो आशासानस्य कर्माधिकार हेतोः क्रियाकारक फल लक्षणस्य समस्तस्य प्रपंचस्य अविद्याकृतस्य विद्यासामर्थ्यात् स्वरूप उपमर्द दर्शनात् कर्माधिकार उच्चित्ति प्रसंगात् भिन्न प्रकरणत्वात् भिन्न कार्यत्वात् च परस्पर विकल्पः समुच्चयः अंगांगी भावः न अस्ति इति प्रतिपाद्य अतएव च आग्नेन्दनाद्यनपेक्षा इति विद्याया एव परम पुरुषार्थ हेतुत्वात् अग्नि इंधनादि आश्रम कर्माणि विद्यायाः स्व अर्थसिद्धौ न अपेक्षितव्यानि इति पूर्व उक्तस्य अधिकरणस्य फलम् उपसंहृत्य अत्यन्तमेव अनपेक्षायां प्राप्तायां सर्वापेक्षा च यज्ञादिश्रुतेः अश्ववत् इति न अत्यन्तम अनपेक्षा. अब देखो all these I have to tell. These are all one line only without full stop. So here in 4 steps, Bhagwan Adi Shankara quotes the sutras. ये पहले करके बादरायण जी ने सूत्रकार, फिर इसके बाद ये कह के, फिर इसके बाद ये कह के कनेक्शन. Then he said in the 4th sutra this. Therefore, all the 4 sutras in their totality conveyed the same thought which we are discussing here with the authority of other Upanishadic quotations. The position of Vidya, the position of the Karma in getting the moksha to us. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we'll discuss it tomorrow. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. Today's introduction and the talk both are important.